And a quick reminder about trading is risky and use income that you can afford to lose. Hopefully, the things you're learning here, you're going to start to make more than you're losing. And I'm very humbly saying that probably some of you are as good a trader, if not better than me. It happens. But I still think I can help you with some ideas you may not have thought about. So let's take a quick peek at our 5-minute chart. We've been talking about our charts in play. And with one quick look, yesterday when I got back in after playing golf with Anthony, I looked and I said, well, man, that's a beast. That's a hard trade. Never could get out from underneath the reds and the green line till late in the day, and then it popped off of the blue line. So we're going to start with that in play, but I also want to look at the 10-minute chart, and I want to look at a 15 and a 30 and so on. So you can see when a chart's in play, you want to keep it in play until proven otherwise. So we know that 5-minute chart typically is too fast, but when the market is running, you want to look at it. And until you break the rain line, you can't really do anything other than look at the next charts beneath it, meaning a 10 or a 15 or a 30 or whatever. So you have to presume this is the chart in play, but over time and experience, you know that this is too fast. It needs to slow down. And the first sign of that will be starting to break down the rain line, usually after a couple of hits, and then it starts to get under it. So answering the questions that have been asked, so how do you know why not a 60-minute chart? You look at all of them. And for now, the most important chart is still the 5, but then you want to look back and say, okay, well, what's next? And for me, that's a 10-minute chart. And over time, the 15 is the one I really want to know. So it already gives us ideas, and looking at yesterday's swing and getting above it on a 10, never once really challenged the blue line. So first time back to the blue line on the 10 today held. And then we've gone over and under, which starts to speak to that neutral idea that we talked about today. But we already know this is a support area based on this chart. And then we're going to go say, okay, but if I get fooled and we get a hard move, which we weren't expecting, what does the 15-minute chart, which is our base chart, what does that tell us? And this chart tells us, okay, this 28 area is our deeper support for now. And if we stretch and we go to something like a deep chart, a big boy's going to look at a 30 for sure. And we're going to say, I get it. Okay, so that's supportive for now until we break that. And then rather than come down here and look at this the first time it breaks and say, all right, so 18 is the target, which we know is a retest, we're going to think higher, much higher. You got to get by the 32 area first. You got obviously 35s that we call support. Then you got to get past the 32 zone and then the 28s, and probably not likely. So I'm not looking down here. I'm looking at the tighter charts for now. And until we break this blue line, nothing goes. We may chew it a little bit, but it's going to take time to wear this down after this thrust. Normally, not 100% of the time, but certainly 80% of the time, you got to think that way. So that's how I look at these and try to understand, where the best odds are, and are we too far stretched? We came over here, we did our bow tie. Are we too far stretched? Well, maybe too far stretched to keep thinking big upside without a consolidation. But until we get some news to negate what's been going on, you can't assume plunge either. That's why traders today will get themselves in trouble thinking too much long and probably too much short side. So for now, I want to keep my eye on that 5-minute and the 10-minute chart because they're the ones that I believe are the charts in play. And then I want to be able to look at something like my angels and demons chart. Going to show me ideas like yesterday's high. Going to show me ideas of support like today's angel is 38.5. So get paid. Make sure you're paid by 38. Almost got a 10-point trade off the top. Don't think about getting the full 10. Try to get someplace just ahead of it. And consider, hey, we got ourselves the gap fill. That's a good trade. Probably going to need a few rotations to do anything. So think in small bites today. And the point I'm making is use Confluence. Use a couple of these charts to help show the ideas. Hope that helps.